been fantastic. That takes us underway in this 6th and 7th place seating, 5th and 6th, beg your pardon, against South Africa and Uganda. The She Cranes showed what they can provide when they are put under the wire.
Yeah, first.
And she has just started from all the deflections that she has. When you look at her statistics, Shafi Naranja, she has 10 deflections with gains. And she has started with one right away at the beginning of the first center pass from the Super Proteas.
Yeah, we saw first turnover from Uganda, but South Africa just saw what they did and said, well, not on my watch. Phumza Maweni, what an unbelievable Netball World Cup that she's had. Really a player with so much big mat temperament, knows when to rise to the occasion, with so much experience. Oh, just look at that. Confusing space, that's what Phumza Maweni does well.
A lot of first-timers, as well as celebrations that the South Africans have had throughout this course of the tournament. As we saw the coming up of this combination, first time they're starting today in a very tough one. Van der Berg's been coming a lot off the bench for Venter. And just in the opening stages, you see how hungry Uganda look to really just cement a lead early on in the stage.
Yes, just as the coach said that they've come into this game, they're deserving to get this win. The girls have worked hard for this, training in camp for 3, 4, 5 months. They need to be paid off of that hard work that they've had. I love the combination of Anisha and Kadondi, the way they've started. They have that chemistry that is helping them work. Look the way she has blocked the goal shooter also, the Super Proteas, and that tap really making it good for the Ugandan side.
It's the two unsung heroes for the She Cranes, with Nasanga on that goal attack, as well as Mohammed, who's really come on strong on the goal keep position. She can also play a goal shooter. But how incredible has she been for you? Just how well she adapts from the two sides.
She's amazing, because shifting a goal shooter to become a goalkeeper, it is something so nice as you see that. Another gain from her we are seeing. And this is the kind of person, you had her in our interview saying she has to adapt, knowing that she's going to be switched to play goalkeeping. And I think she's mentally set into this. I love that.
Well, that was the second time that a shooter-to-shooter ball from Nicole Talia to Almira van der Berg was not successful. Uganda really did their homework, because in the previous occasion, the shooter-to-shooter ball conversion was really successful for South Africa. But Uganda is shutting that down at the moment, and that's why they are up 2-0 in this first couple of minutes of the match.
Well, not if Pretoria says anything to say about it, but she does throw away a ball. A misread one there, a long one right through the court.
Oh, Mampo, just too many unforced errors so early on the game. It's just balls flying everywhere. Really not a lot of control by the South African side at the start of this match. A little bit concerning, but hopeful that they'll pull it together and build some momentum.
Well, these two sides are meeting for the third time. And South Africa's managed to win every one of the previous times in 2015, 2019, as well as 2023. When they previously met, South Africa just nudging with a 2-goal lead right at the end of that game. So they knew they had a lot still in the tank. And they're going to want to come and really come out strong this side of Uganda, because this game will mean they've had the highest seating that they've had thus far, as previously she was placed 7th. Oh, that's the confidence Van der Berg is giving now to the bench of South Africa, looking rather concerned at the moment.
Yeah, well, Mampo, it was the first goal in 4 minutes of this game went to South Africa. So South Africa not being able to score 4 minutes into the first quarter. It's a very slow start. We have seen them in previous occasions with slow starts. But I don't think that you can have a slow start against a team like Uganda that's really hungry for a win.
Vanessa, I think the side of Uganda looked a bit more composed, and really wanting this win. Remember, these are the last games in this Netball World Cup, so the body getting tired. So every team needs to push a little more until the last whistle.
Well, South Africa is nudging back in then. With just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, they managed to get their second attempt at goal.
Contact, win defense.
Oh, that was much better transitioning from defense to attack. I mean, the ball just glided from the defense to attack with not a lot of defensive pressure from Uganda. And those feeds, Griesel finding Almeray van der Berg. Oh, that feed going into the circle was just perfectly timed. And we'll definitely, South Africa will need more of that.
Oh, that's good defensive pressure being put up by South Africa in that defensive third. Oh, the block party has started with Pretorius putting the fans alight. She's a complete fan favorite. She is Pretorius, who made her 100th cap in the previous game. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, some unforced errors creeping in for Uganda. A couple of, talking about unforced errors, that Pumza Pretorius pass just not working out. We've seen it in the past.
I think there's a lot of tension between the two teams because they're getting the intercepts, they're getting the gains, but they're not concentrated into this game. That is why they need a lot of concentration right now, making the right decisions, being calm on that ball, and at the end of the day, the winner will come out.
Oh, it's a very slow start from either side at the moment. So what can Uganda do with this play as they see themselves in the lead at the moment? Some unanswered calls from South Africa on previous occasions, just unforced errors really creeping in. Uganda has beaten South Africa before at a Commonwealth game level, so they know they have what it takes. They didn't come to the African qualifiers. That's why they lost that rating of theirs as the second in Africa. However, really a formidable side that's really come a long way. And are being led by a spectacular lady. And at the moment, Van der Berg showing that she has what it takes to really lead South Africa on and put that Queen's... Oh, that's very unfortunate there.
Yeah, we see Kadondi just stepping offside, giving South Africa that equalizer. I think it must be a sign of nerves as well. I mean, this is the final game, and a lot of these players, final World Cup, so a lot of emotion riding on this. Oh, 3 seconds, held ball. Just not being able to penetrate that middle does South Africa. Uganda just applying so much defensive pressure.
Oh, that's a very good defensive effort from the Uganda ladies, putting on so much pressure on South Africa, forcing that 3-second violation. Pumza has been forced out wide. Smart move by Mary, pulling her so wide out of that circle, forcing Pretorius to have a double.
Yeah, Pumza Maweni is contesting outside the circle. If she contests and she doesn't know 100% that she's going to get that intercept, they're going to blow her for contact, which means she's out of play, putting a 2 attacker against Pretorius. So it'll be a 2-on-1, which is very difficult to manage. So I don't want to see Pumza getting caught outside for any more contact. That's much better. Pumza holding that space, filling up the space and just picking her up as she comes back in, because being caught outside for contact is just a big no-no at this point.
The South Africans have really struggled with that bounce pass to Shadia. And Mary doing a good job to pull them out, allow that space for herself to play the double play. It's been very effective. An unsung hero in this She Crane side. But Almeray starting to find confidence herself as she brings the fans to their feet. It's almost a full capacity here at the International Convention Center. South Africa on their last day, their last performance at their home crowd. Oh, that's good patience from Uganda. Margaret making sure it gets to the finish line with those short little passes that she's been using with Shadia.
Yeah, Nasanga and Talyard actually has a very similar style of play, you know, playing back and playing themselves closer under the post. And having that tall shooter in Sholok and in Van der Berg option. So a lot of mirroring happening in both sides of these goal shooting circles.
A very nice pick from Anisha Muhammadi rebounding that. And I think Uganda needs that right now. Every miss, I think they should utilize it to punish the South Africans. Because if they don't, this is a quite close game that is going to cost them. And I think that they should use Bagara Margaret as much as possible, because she's standing at six feet in the circle, like sixth on the ladder of players who are really feeding in.
So Uganda slowing down the pace a little bit, ensuring that there's 100% efficiency again. Oh, this time around, South Africa getting a little bit hungry, but not according to Uganda, who's still in it.
Oh, that was a great footwork by Pretorius, managing to get around Nasanga. And you've got to do it once, but you're not going to get away with it a second time against Pretorius.
Oh, this is a beautiful tip there. She didn't look at the space ahead of her on that offload. So 11-7 with 3 minutes left in this first quarter. And Uganda coming out quite strong, looking like a side that's on a redemption mode. And the shooting woos that are stuttling a little bit on the South African side. But Mary has been quite instrumental in this early lead that Uganda has in that front line, herself as well as Shadia, having the right timing of when to come out the circle, when to stay in the circle.
When you look at these two shooters, in fact, the whole shooting attacking combination from center to goal shooter, they've been together for some time. They've studied in the same school. Some are playing in the same club, so they have that chemistry that is really helping them around.
Maweni moment. Oh, that's a beautiful little outside arm flick of the wrist. Well executed, saw that ball coming. She's starting to wake up now, starting to read the game. Oh, straight arm. So the unforced errors creeping in for South Africa as they see themselves at the moment trailing with 3 goals with just under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's been an absolutely amazing performance from Uganda, who've come on quite strong. They would have done their homework. They remember what happened in the first half of that first game that they had against South Africa, and they've surely done their analysis.
Oh, Mampo, speaking of analysis, Uganda is sitting on 63% possession, so they have more time with ball in hand at the moment. It is because of the way that they attack. They tend to play more balls between each other, but I'm really impressed with the defensive pressure from South Africa, really turning enough ball just a little bit high on the penalty count, but it is something that we are used to seeing from the South African side.
Well, do they have enough time to try and get back into this first quarter as we're about to close things off? They trail by 3 goals. Oh, she's been so effective, Shadia, with those bounces there. Oh, they get a little bit lucky, the South Africans. So a lot of communication happening now between Mary and Shadia in the front there.
Keep going. Keep going. Goalkeeper. I've held time. It's outside the circle. Outside.
Oh, they're not really hearing the umpire at the moment. It's so loud in this grandstands. I mean, you're sitting courtside. How loud is it out there, Vanessa?
Well, I've got my earphones on and I've got my earphones pumped to the full capacity of volume at the moment, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to hear you. It's really, really loud, and the echo and the chants and the oohs and the ahs are just resonating throughout the CTICC this evening, or this afternoon.
An opportunity then to bring things to 10.
It's a delay of play as well. It's a delay of play as well. It's here. It's here. Goal attack, it's a caution. If you repeat, you'll be warned.
So a delay of play from Shadia being called there. They get the advance penalty, and it is no worries for Taliad as she cements her third goal, 75%. She's only missed one attempted goal. But there's no time for that. 4 out of 5 now. A quick little transition into the circle, right into Van der Berg's hand, and look at that.